Hello and welcome to Saving Life. I am alone for the beginning, as you all can see. Daniel will be here in a second. He has left the office for a couple of hours and he should be back in a matter of minutes. No. Not the biggest lunch. I just went for a short one. But welcome, Trio. Welcome, Tank and Mate, who I responded in regards to the lunch question. And I guess I'll welcome Gavin. I feel like you would be on the Discord. Not sure with all the cross posting. So if I mention your name twice, just know that I try not to figure out who's who on where, and I think that's good. So please just stick with one, and we will be fine. Okay, so yeah, for today we're having a couple of questions in regards to Portmaster. We want to interact with you and work through. But for the Portmaster related stuff, I guess I will wait on Daniel. Meanwhile, and sort of related topic where we're just looking forward into sort of like autumn, what we will do through autumn, because summer has been a lot of like releases, stuff we have been working on for the last half year. We're looking into what stuff should we start tackling for the rest of the year. We are not making any promises in regards if we can finish it before the end of the year. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Daniel just has arrived, so he will be with us in a second or so. Yeah, that's basically it. Can't make promises yet, but we will. We'd like to just get feedback and understand better what you would want to do. It's tangled up, if I may. Sorry. The second microphone has been, but it's beautifully rolled up, and I just guess that Daniel will be with us. Here we go, mate. Okay. So what am I thinking about doing for the rest of the year in regards to maybe community stuff that we have been asked for quite a bit? And I think I've gotten multiple emails over the years so far about people thinking, oh, what can I sort of like do to support you further? And we have always been like, just talk about SPN, talk about Portmaster, share this stuff, and subscribe if you haven't. And we had the Portmaster supporter tier in the past, which is now Plus with additional features and so on. And we now are getting basically requests for
Hi.
merchandise. Greetings. Let me finish that thought. And so we have started asking our contributors in the contributor corner what they think about merchandise, what they would like us to do, what they think should we do, and sort of like this idea is developing as we speak, and we might be doing something later this year in regards to that. So if you have thoughts, feelings, or something about merchandise, let us know. I think Esco was the one who said very minimal. He would be interested, but he would like it to be very minimal. And I shared actually this t-shirt. It has a little logo of the company it is made from, and they actually sell this t-shirt with prints on it as well. It's not Spreadshirt or whatever it's called, which are doing the usual merch stuff like that, for instance, because the t-shirts from Spreadshirts are crap, or at least the ones I already have. I don't like those. They don't feel good, and the quality of them is not too good either. Are we out of focus now?
Yeah.
I hope it fixes itself. And so, but this is Engelbert Strauss. It's a German company, and the print is very good, and the quality of the shirt is very good. And so I'm thinking, if we do merch, Daniel's idea was not to have a continuous shop like Manjaro does, but do drops once per year and have high quality stuff only available for a short period of time, and if we're really out of focus, it fixes itself. No, does not.
Okay. So yeah, Strauss is a workwear company. So
Yeah.
they actually started out with like doing high quality and really good quality workwear that like doesn't kind of wear and tear quickly. So and they've started going a lot into other directions lately, doing kind of more normal or kind of sporty stuff, everyday stuff. So there's a lot more from them. Really great company. But
come a little closer so that you're in focus as well. Yeah. it is us working around technology, but
okay.
I guess it works. It's better than being out of focus, I'd say. Yeah, so that's basically, and Gavin already says he would rock safing merch. Thank you. For us, the idea, of course, would not be to make money out of it. This is partly the reason. And it would be us sitting in, and I think this is what you were saying, us sitting in a room for 3 days, packaging stuff and sending it out. That is
once a year.
Once a year. That's basically the thing. But time for manual focus. Yeah, it's just a webcam. So not manually focusable, I guess. We'll see. But yeah, once a year, and we're thinking of maybe doing a different design each year and stuff like that. So share your thoughts, maybe now in the live chat, but maybe afterwards in the comments below as well. So basically our idea would be quality merch once per year maybe, but not more often than that, at least for the foreseeable future. Probably minimal design and stuff we would actually want to wear as well.
Yeah.
So it's basically that sort of idea. I also talked to some people because I know some people who are involved in board gaming and board gaming stuff, and they're very much into Kickstarter. If we could do coasters or something like challenge coins, because I carry around at least one challenge coin usually all the time. Just to be ready for a coin check, who knows, you know. And coasters is because I just love coasters. I don't know. I use multiple coasters, and I just like the idea of putting my beverage on a coaster.
Have a fun one. You just have the generic artsy ones.
Yeah, I have fun ones as well. I don't know. So let us know your thoughts. Gavin is already saying. Okay, yeah, Gavin is making fun. He's saying he does not like.
That's one of the ones I use.
Gavin says he does not like companies who's not exploiting their users.
Hey, the Millennium Falcon fixed the focus. Great.
And Solo for the rescue. I see. Well,
good.
I know. So the focus is back, we think. But yeah, that's life for you. Let us stop the rambling. Merch, we're thinking about it. I also, as you see, like Emal mugs and stuff like that. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you would like us to do. The shirts are, I think, something that we would like ourselves as well. And if we could get the order volume to order them for us and some of you, that would be perfect. And that would be perfect for us, and we hope it would be perfect for you as well.
We'd probably order at least 5 each. So in different colors and
stuff. Oh, in different colors. Yeah. So it's 4 colors. It's that brown, it's black, and it's a blue, and I don't know the 4th one. But those 3 colors I know. The mug, the breaker of focus, is what Gavin is saying. Maybe it was not the...
Yeah, I think it's shiny things. It reacts to shiny things. The one shiny thing broke it, and the other shiny thing fixed it.
Okay.
For some reason. Well,
whatever. Well,
or it's clear edges that help it.
And
we don't have clear edges.
I see.
Because we're humans.
Sure.
Humans are never clear.
Okay. Other than that, I announced that we're going to ask people, and it will be a very heavy episode.
Mm-hmm.
I said that we wanted to talk
We were
about...
asking.
We
Oh,
are
we're
asking
asking.
that we wanted to talk about the next half of a year of development and safing in regards to where it is going, in regards to what our plans are for the next half year in regards to Portmaster.
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe share? I think we're long enough into the live cast that people who are not interested are already gone again. What do you think? So we are currently on Portmaster 1.4.
Yeah.
But we have a roadmap to 1.6.
Yeah.
It's not set in stone as always, but we just feel like the live stream is the place where we can share stuff like that.
So, yeah, 1.5 will be about finishing up the bandwidth visibility. So you already can see some of that in the connection details or the dashboard, but we are trying to get graphs working. That would be great to also have graphs to show that, to show the bandwidth usage, at least for the last 10 minutes for now. So that's what 1.5 will be about. And 1.6, I gotta check my super notes here. Oh, should we spoil 1.6 million? Should we tell them? Okay.
It's 11 minutes. We're 11 minutes in.
Okay.
I feel like...
So 1.6, we'll be bringing something that loads of people have asked for. I think, I'm not sure if the network history or this feature had more asks in the last year. I honestly don't know, but they're pretty on par. And we'll be finally adding import and export. So you'll be able to import and export both single settings plus a whole app or the global settings.
What format will we use for that?
I think we'll probably go...
It's not a wrong answer.
JSON and YAML.
Wait, what?
Because YAML is a bit weird in the format.
Yeah.
As in, because it's not always clear what it is, because sometimes types can be multiple things. So
Gavin is joking. Import requires safety plus export is free.
Well, Gavin, we'll get to that in a second.
No.
So
stay with us.
So because I think that looking at things in YAML is way easier. Mm-hmm. And also we're thinking about maybe we can start then as a community start creating a profile together on GitHub, so people can have one source where they're like, I wonder like what the community would do settings for this, and then they can look that up on GitHub. And of course, one day that will be somehow integrated automatically where Portmaster would find that and ask you if you want to use it, for example.
So you're saying in the end, like the joke I posted today on Discord.
Yeah. Everything is markdown.
Everything is a dot markdown on GitHub, isn't it? You know?
I really think it's gonna be YAML. And YAML is also really cool in regards to doing stuff with the community, because YAML actually allows comments by default. So you can add rules or settings and comment on why it is needed or why you did this. Will
this survive an import and export? The comment?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I thought so.
It's just for like on GitHub, if we as a community build settings together.
Yeah. So if you export it, you can comment it so that if somebody wants to edit the file before importing,
they know why.
They know what is doing what exactly. And I guess like this is partly what Innovator Dev has been asking for a very long time. Yeah. So
import,
not the comments, but importing. Yeah, exactly. And editing settings. And I think he was asking for a JSON. Maybe he was asking for a YAML. But yeah. So you're thinking about YAML because of the commenting. But let us know what your thoughts are. We will not support both. We will. We
I
might.
think we might, because it doesn't matter in the end.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Because
exporting.
the underlying data is the same.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
And so that will be import export. We're working on that, and Gavin suggested that importing requires a Plus subscription. We'll think about that, and we'll come back to you.
No.
No, that's a joke. So, but so import export, a simple thing, that'll be free.
Yeah.
You can do that on your own free.
Yeah.
But there actually is something for
Plus.
ProMaster Plus users,
Yeah.
and Pro, of course, that will be bringing with 1.6, and that will be you will be able to synchronize Portmaster, at least the application settings for the start, and we'll see if other things fit in there too in the future. You'll be able to sync your app settings with a local directory.
Yeah.
So you can sync that there, and which local directory, of course, can be your Nextcloud synced folder or a sync thing synced folder.
Yeah.
Or
we might do a sync thing.
What other non big tech things are there?
Yeah. Of course, you can do it on Google Drive or whatever as well.
Yeah.
We are not recommending it, but of course you can. And the idea is that you're, of course, still in control of your data, but that Portmaster, with when you're a subscriber, can actively check that folder and does the automatic updating for you. So this is the extra. So import and export is basic privacy and free for everybody, but that convenience, that additional stuff for the Plus members and Pro, is that it does it automatically. And we might have a wiki page for them as well to set up SyncThing, because SyncThing, if you don't know, is peer-to-peer. So both laptops have to be running, but it is a direct connection, so the settings would synchronize directly.
I guess in time we'll have guides for the most common privacy respecting solutions.
Nextcloud is just pointing at a folder. I don't know how complicated that can be.
We'll see when the questions come in.
Yeah, we'll see. Well,
Yeah.
I'm running my own Nextcloud server, so not on Linode, because all the YouTube people are saying, oh, running on Linode. I run it on my own server. But yeah, no, Nextcloud is very easy. Very easy. Not end-to-end encrypted though. So
So choose whatever you want there, whatever fits your thing. And the cool thing about that too is if your whatever service you're using also does snapshots, you not only sync, but you also have a backup of all your stuff.
Always. Automatic, basically automatic backup. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. We're really happy to go forward with that. So that will be 1.6.
So this is roadmap that we have, but we're basically now trying to figure out what is afterwards. Like, what are you guys asking for? We have heard all the requests for import-export. We have heard all the requests for a longer history. We delivered. What is the next thing? Like, basically is partly the question. What is it you want to do afterwards? I, of course, know for all the people who are SPN subscribers, you're looking into doing a lot of stuff on SPN. You're looking into doing a lot of stuff there, fixing things. We're always working on the network itself. I mentioned on the Discord, we recently had to change some nodes so that the network looks a little bit different, because if there are poor performers out there, we need to get rid of them because they drag other stuff down. And of course, I think, who was it? Somebody on the Discord said, I'm sorry that I forgot the name, but somebody said they don't like how we talk about SPN being slower. What they're saying is SPN, it can be faster than apparently some VPNs in that person's experience. But it is a little bit more erratic. So from time to time it is faster, and from time to time it is slower. And part of the reason is that each server in the network has an impact on the rest of the network. If it is performing erratically, it can impact how all the port masters, because of the way how the information is distributed, that they get bad information or information that is very fast, outdated, and stuff like that. So they calculate routes which are basically impractical. So stuff like that. So we need to find those servers and get rid of them. And we're sorry if we lose coverage in your area then, or like close coverage, but we are constantly working on it.
Yeah, we're trying to like improve coverage where we can, and we're evaluating new providers. I think we're evaluating 2 new providers at the moment, and if they prove to work well, we'll expand with their service and add more servers in locations that they have. So, but we're also always restricted to the locations that the providers, the good providers, offer. So, yeah, not that easy to find good providers, and always happy if people
have suggestions.
Yeah, like if they like know the providers in their area.
Yep.
Know some good ones and are willing to host a community node.
Yeah.
Because we've seen providers that only have their website and stuff in their local language.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, yeah, I mean,
hard to evaluate.
Yeah, it's hard to evaluate, and also like communication might be difficult. So right now we're looking at providers where they at least offer an English version of their website.
Yeah. No, but very like call for community notes if you're interested, and it's not that hard. The guides are better. We got a lot of help in improving the wiki page for it and the recommendations for it. So, yeah. Quarix was asking if we think that Portmaster is a bit intimidating for casual PC users. So, and Trio was saying, well, it's very user-friendly. Feedback is always welcome. I don't know how much. I feel like this might be for the next half year. I think the dashboard, I think, already improved the user experience and making it easier. The entry especially, because now the default view is a little bit less confusing, I guess. Like the network monitor is like just like a truckload of stuff you don't understand. And now with the network monitor, you see countries, you see the world map, you understand, okay, I have connections going to these countries, and we want to improve, I guess, there. But if you would let us know what you would want us to put onto the dashboard, that would be very interesting for us. We have thoughts about maybe like most blocked connections and stuff like that, or last blocked connections, or apps where we see a lot of blocked connections or stuff like that. But you see, like there are so many options there, and we don't want to just do a network monitor on the dashboard again. So let us know what you feel is important to you, and ideas are very, very welcome. But yeah, so thank you, Trio, or Triro. I guess it also depends on what you're used to. And we, of course, like with the simple and advanced view, try to sort of like have it both ways. Have the simple view for people who want to sort of like quickly do stuff, and have the advanced view for people who are deep into the topic and want to get into the nitty-gritty. And I think this is an area, and I think I talked about this in the past as well, where we can actually widen the gap more. Yeah. Because we make it so easy to switch in between those two that, like, I think if we widen the gap, people see faster that they're in a different view as well, so they can switch faster. And stuff like in the network monitor, stuff like the outgoing IP address might not be interesting for people in simple view. They might want to see the domain, the country, and if it was blocked or allowed, and then maybe a setting to change the blocking or the allowing stuff to quickly go about this. So it's stuff like that, and if you feel like the network monitor is something where you want to see more change, interesting for us as well, or if you feel like, and this is a request we've been getting a lot as well for SPN, being able to actually change it on a domain basis, like the routing algorithm or the stuff like that, because currently we're offering for an app basis, but it can be done on a domain basis. But we would have to figure out a whole UI and stuff for that as well.
Yeah, not only user interface, also the rule engine we use right now would need to have support for like doing stuff like that. So we'd have to go in and give the rule engine a big upgrade to support all these different things and add-ons. And then, yeah, the question is how to do rules at all in the future. And if we kind of want to actually revamp the whole rules thing from the scratch. And there are a couple ideas floating around here at Safing about that. And we're not yet sure where to go because we have a different
viewpoints and
ideas on that.
Yeah.
And so we're still chewing on that one.
Yeah.
But that's definitely something we want to do in the future. Also, it's not that easy, so we'll require some time to get it right. And I don't think we did a really bad job with the current rule engine, but we really want to get it perfectly right next time. So I'm not gonna rush that one. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Like it really depends on like what people ask for, and if you're like we really want the better rule engine with all the fancy stuff, and want to like have all the details in there where we want to route stuff and what we want to allow or not, then we'll definitely prioritize that.
Yeah, of course, like another direction we could be going is some people have been asking for family setups and so on. So it's basically going deep into the one or into the other, and this is partly why we're asking and why we're here.
Yeah, there are many options that go deep. Things like VM support was something that's really fun that we'd like to tackle too, but also that's a really hard problem to get that right.
And with VM support, the next thing is I want to run it on a server, and then it's like I want remote access, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I guess you all see, but let us know your thoughts, and if you don't want to comment below or to write on Discord, write us an email, and that works as well. And we're sort of aggregating all of that, or create an issue on GitHub if you want. But I prefer an email, or at least, I prefer an email.
On GitHub, chances are someone else already suggested what you want,
is true.
so please just find that and comment there.
Yeah, and if it's closed because we have trying to focus the GitHub, it doesn't matter. We see it. I track all of the changes. I see all of the issues, all is well. And for us, it just is sort of like so that we understand what is important. And if it's closed, it does not mean that we're not working on it. It just means that it is not an issue. It is a suggestion, or it is an idea, and we want to sort of like reevaluate as our users understand Portmaster better over time, and as the documentation gets better. And I saw your comment, blue steel balls, blast, sorry. Blue
steel bass.
Our documentation can get better, and we have a great issue with someone suggesting how to do some more quick settings for rules and so on, to make it easier for people just to click and then understand the rules better. But I still understand and see that we can do better there as well. And maybe a little tidbit there also. I actually like one of the, I feel, best Portmaster guides out there, video guides, has been done by a fairly small creator. I think he does not even have 300 subscribers. I mean, we have only 500 subscribers on YouTube, but like there's 1,000 people on the Discord, and who knows how many thousands on GitHub. We have over 7,000 stars. So we're sort of like, he's even a smaller creator than we are, but he is very good in creating like guides. And I will talk to him this weekend, not sure when, if we can actually, if he wants, he's using Portmaster since 2020, and if he wants to help us in regards to getting guides out there, if we can work together, that we share his stuff through our channels on the Discord, on the stuff like YouTube and so on, and on our Twitter, so that he gets a little bit more reach and we get better like documentation, better guides, and stuff like that. And I feel like he has a very good explainer rhythm and stuff like that. So yeah, his Portmaster guide is now outdated because it was before the dashboard, and of course he did not reach out beforehand. Well, we could not tell him to wait a second. But where he got me was when he started the guide with, "This is the network monitor. If you start with Portmaster, ignore it for now. Get used to it over time." And I'm like, "Oh, this is the best advice I can give anyone." The reason why it was the default view is because if you only because Portmaster is supposed to be closed most of the time, and if something is up, you want to open it, and this is the first thing you want to check. This is the reason why it has been the first view. But for new people, not the best view to start. Not sure where we would want them to start though. The dashboard.
Now we have a good place.
Now we have a good place.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into the next question?
Yeah. I think you covered the comment from Blue Steel Bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe one addition. If you would write the documentation for it, send us the thing via email, and I put it on the wiki. So if somebody, and we had this in the past, like the community node wiki page has been done by a community node hoster, but that person wanted to be not mentioned and don't show up on the wiki, and so the person just sent it to me as a markdown file, and I lobbed it in because everything is marked down on GitHub, as we all know. So yeah, and I just lobbed it in, and it's very easy. And of course, I checked it, and I looked if there is anything in there. But there are not everybody. Of course, ESCO is writing guides as well. I guess Innovative Dev has wrote some guides also. And a lot of people are helping us. Thank you for all of them, but it's more than the people you see on the wiki who are helping us. Some just are writing emails, and I'm just lobbing them in.
Yeah.
So with minor editing. Great.
Gavin suggested us building a browser. Well, funny thing is, we actually have an internal running gag. When there's a really crazy idea what we could do, we always say, we'll do that after the browser, because everyone here knows we're never going to do a browser.
That's not true. Not never.
Well,
don't never say never.
Okay.
But not in the foreseeable future.
The thing with actually creating a browser from scratch is that in complexity, it has reached the complexity of an operating system. Yeah. It is. You can't just start building a new browser. I mean, people start building new operating systems, but as kind of more of a fun thing. And there are people actually doing new browsers here and there.
Are you saying a Tails fork with SPN and the Safing browser?
What?
No. This is the direction you're going.
So, in order to create a browser, that is on par with Chromium right now and Firefox, you probably need at least 5, probably 10 years, and probably $1 billion. Because it's just so insanely complex to do that. And when I look at what we do with Safing, and how much investment from us and from funding agencies
has already
gone into that. It's just crazy.
And how much time?
And how in comparison, how small Portmaster is in compared to a browser and operating system. It just kind of blows your mind how expensive software actually is. And
rebadging a different browser is not something I would want to do. I just feel like
Well,
we would need to actually say that it is good. We need to validate it and work.
Yeah, if a good browser goes south and a fork can save it, then that's a good idea. But a lot of other people already, there are like so many forks of both Firefox and Chromium.
Yeah.
So I don't have any fear that we'll run out of alternatives.
Yeah.
In these realms.
Maybe just another thing, like the KDE project, which is doing the Plasma desktop environment. They have an own browser, the Falcon browser. I think it has been in development for years at that point, and I tried to use it. I mentioned it in a couple of live streams ago. I tried to use it. When I switched my operating system away from Fedora, I did not look back. I did not install it again. I have multiple different flavors of different browsers, but I did not go for the Falcon again. It's not working well.
Are they using...
No, not Gecko. Not Gecko, not
Really?
Blink. They started with WebKit again. So it's maybe a little bit closer to Safari than to Gecko or Blink, I think is the Chromium engine. But it's, Falcon is KDE developed, and KDE is a huge project. And if they can't do it, and if it's not gaining any popularity and stuff like that, I feel like it's, as you said, like maybe 10 years or so. So in another 3 years, after we did everything, then we might go down that road. But I actually have some very cool ideas of what we could do with browsers, which would not involve us creating our own browser, but we'll see. Maybe in regards to Gavin saying Firefox isn't really a privacy-focused browser by default anymore, I agree. I participated, and I talked about this on the Central Sounds of InfoSec podcast, where I'm a guest with Ben Maliso. I participated in a study done by a university in Bavaria, where they do browser fingerprinting. It's a browser fingerprinting study, which has been going on for over a year now, and it has a couple thousand.
It's over time, so it's not just one point. You compare yourself over time.
Yeah, you're getting a link every week and stuff like that. And I feel like it's a very cool study, and the findings are public and so on. And because fingerprinting always is this nebulous thing, I was not sure, like, am I fingerprintable? I delete all cookies on when I close the browser. I use this compartmentalization, these container stuff and everything. So my browser, I thought, is very secure. I'm logging into everything the first time when I open a website. And it's apparently fingerprintable. My Firefox, even though I went through all the privacy guide stuff, and I have scripts blocked by default and everything, it's fingerprintable over time. And I only found out through that study. And I always checked Firefox and Brave, and apparently Brave was not fingerprintable by this Bavarian study. Fingerprintable, repeatable over time. So it's always unique, but it's not trackable over time in Brave. And with Firefox, it is unique and it's trackable over time. And this shocked me. And if you're interested, maybe I put the link to the study in the description. But I switched away from Firefox now, even though I hate that I'm one less Firefox user now, because I'd love to see other rendering engines besides Blink out there. I hate that everything is Chromium. I hate it, but I don't want to be fingerprintable. Okay, Gavin is writing a lot, sorry. It's maintenance mode. Oh yeah, Gavin is saying that
KDE browser.
Okay.
I think that was the reference.
Okay.
So Gavin suggested creating a privacy-hardened Firefox fork.
No, same thing.
What
I don't like about forks in general, I used vanilla Firefox for this. The thing I don't like about forks is that they always take time in regards to security updates. They're never day one, and they always take time. And
that's true.
I'm just like a security, security is important for me and for us. I could try LibreWolf. Yes, of course.
Correct said that GNOME also has its own browser, but I think it's Gecko based.
Yeah, it is a Firefox fork. Yes.
Okay.
But he's right. GNOME has a Firefox fork, as do most. I think even KDE Plasma has its Firefox fork. But Falcon, and I think that Falcon is not the default on Plasma, shows you how much confidence they have in their browser take. But yeah, so Falcon you actually need to go looking for. But it is, I think, in most distro repositories included. So who knows? Oh, Hunter. Welcome, Hunter. I think it's the first comment I see from you. I need the link. Just started to use Linux, and Firefox is the most stable on the OS. So I recommend. I've been using Hunter. I've been using Linux for like years at this point. I love Linux. It is, and I feel like more and more when I talk to people, more and more people are fed up with what Microsoft is doing and shoving down their throats in regards to like everything being opted in automatically, and you need to opt out, and of some stuff you just can't opt out, and they just hate that, and I so understand. So I love Linux for that. And in regards to Firefox being very stable, what I've found is that, and I ran into this issue a couple of times now. I make a distinction between what software do I want to use, and that software, and do I trust that software? Then I don't use Flatpak for the most time. For instance, I use YubiKeys. The Flatpak version of Brave does not work with YubiKey. You need to get to their repo and install it directly, and stuff like that. So even though I like Flatpak and I use Flatseal extensively for stuff, and for instance, my YouTube experience is in one browser and only that browser, and I flat seal the heck out of that thing. And with Portmaster, I lock down everything else, so it has no access to anything besides YouTube, and that's it. No access. It just has access. No, it does not even have access to the camera, of course, because that is OBS. So it has no access to anything. But if I actually want to use it, my main browser cannot be a Flatpak. And if I want to do stuff where I'm not sure, then it's when I switch over to a more secure browser, which is a Flatpak and stuff like that. So this is how I go about it. And I would recommend, for privacy reasons, maybe start looking into alternatives, which are not Firefox. You want to answer something? I need to read it.
Yeah. Okay. So Korik said that the fingerprint stuff, or asked if the fingerprint stuff is preventable with Firefox container extensions. The thing is, there are like two parts to this. The first is, can this one website track you over time? So if you visit that website, and containers are there to prevent third parties to track you. So for example, the famous Facebook like button that tracks you over third-party web pages. So that's what the containers are for. But the containers kind of just put one website into one thing, and it protects you from other websites. But that website in that container has still normal access to all like your requests, of course, because you want to communicate with that service and have whatever they're offering. So that needs to work. So
and fingerprinting, it's a little bit nebulous. This is the reason why I talked about it, because like, what does it do? It's like with rendering stuff and in JavaScript, each hardware is different in regards to that, and what sort of like fonts you have installed and stuff like that. And of course, there are multiple ways to go around it, but yes, I had containers installed. I even had this create a new container for everything. And as I said, like I cleared cookies on every closure of like Firefox completely. So I had to log into everything. And all of this did not prevent me. And this is the reason why I'm sharing it. This is the reason why I like stuff like that, because I had no clue. And I was just like Hunter, thinking that it's no, not Hunter. Gavin. Oh, whatever. Sorry. One of you. In regards to like, I was trusting Firefox and I liked Mozilla. I still do. Like their new car thing where they rated car privacy policy stuff like that. I back in the day when Tesla came out, I always wanted to have a Tesla. But now with all the privacy stuff and they having cameras inside and everything, I'm not gonna own a Tesla.
And they have a big fat data uplink.
Yeah, no Tesla in my household, and not for my parents, not for whoever is around me who would consider it. I tell
we
to
have
not get
we
one.
have good alternatives in Europe, I heard.
We do. Yeah, that's true. If you're looking for electric vehicles. So yeah, that's it. Hunter said, been using it like a week. Yeah, it takes some time. Take your time. I guess if you would switch to Mac OS away from Windows, and I'm just assuming that you have been on Windows before, take your time. And what I like about, I think Nick from the Linux Experiment had a very good video about distro hopping, where he's like, don't stick with the one distro too long if it doesn't fit your need. Try to figure out how you can move from one distro to the other fast. Some people recommend having the /home folder on a different like partition and just installing the operating system quicker.
Are you encouraging distro hopping?
Yeah, for new people. I started on Pop! OS. I hated the experience and I thought I'm not a Linux guy. And when I found Fedora, I found a home for me. And now I switched away from Fedora, but I'm now much more comfortable in doing so because I distro hopped for a while and know what I want.
I love Pop! OS.
No. Okay. I talked with Moz on the Discord a couple days ago, and he's like, "Isn't Fedora the stable distro?" And I'm like, "Not technically. LTS versions of."
Wait. There's Fedora LTS, isn't that?
No. Fedora isn't LTS.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, Fedora is the incarnation of the other side of LTS.
And Hunter also said like Portmasterworks. I don't know if fine is good, but he said thank you for providing Portmaster and thank you for using it. We feel like we want Portmaster to be easy to use and easy to install, easy to recommend, and to provide easy privacy. Like on that level, exactly. I'm reading Gavin's and you're reading.
Yeah, I think there's.
Craig's?
It was just a comment over there.
Okay.
A car comment.
Gavin says he does not like Brave because they sort of like struck down or something a browser called Braver. I have not heard about this, but Braver is a cool name. If you're brave and then you can be braver. I mean, bravest is the next one, and then
I'm not sure like if they're not gonna get into problems with that name.
I know, no. You should not do that. That's a bad idea.
Don't fork a software and just add a letter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But interesting. I haven't heard of that.
Braver.
Of course, Brave. Like to some extent, I feel for Brave because they're also a privacy project, and they also have the issue of needing to make money with the privacy product, and we know that it's hard. And they slipped a couple times, which they shouldn't have, but they have. So a lot of people don't like them anymore. But I like your tech, and yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
And of course, they slipped partly because they had like creating a browser, as you said, is a very high ambition. This is the reason why we're not going into the browser part, because we would overextend ourselves. And we know that. And so this is why we're not doing a browser. If we have the resources, if we have the manpower, if we have the knowledge and everything gathered already, we might do it. But not now. We're like, our resources would not in any way enable us to do that in a reliable way at the moment.
Yeah, if we start doing a browser, we have excess resources.
What were you saying? €1 billion and 10 years?
Yeah, like if we have $1 million a year, we could definitely build a browser. Well, I'm not.
So this
us
is a promise.
having that resources.
No.
anytime
You're
soon.
saying you're
No, it's
making a
not a
commitment
promise.
to our
No.
to our community. If you provide us with the resources, €1,000,000 a year, this is when we're considering doing a browser, or are we committing to that?
I mean that's just like such a huge amount to have per year.
Yeah. We're.
I don't think it'll happen
Oh yeah.
at all or anytime soon. But well, the in reality, the thing will be if we have access resources, we will, as we did in the beginning of Safing, we'll look at the state of privacy on the internet, and we'll figure out where the need is the highest, and that's where we go.
Yeah.
And if that's the browsers, then that's where we go.
Firefox died. Who knows? In a couple
Possibly.
of years. No, but of course, and the community is.
And if
is
there's
a huge
something
part of it
else,
as
then
well.
we'll go there. So
Yeah.
there's no sense in making promises now.
Absolutely. I just wanted to. If you're already said so, I'm like, okay, I'm nailing you on that promise. No, but you're absolutely correct. It's always what is at that time what is required and what is necessary.
Yeah.
And I feel like to this day there is, and I saw a discussion on the Privacy Guide sub forum about different options and Simple Wall and other sort of like firewall-y kind of like applications. But to be honest, Simple Wall is just a Windows firewall extension UI. So you're still like, there's no check for Windows there.
It just consumes the Windows events for connections and then sets rules.
Yeah, and
it's just a UI over the existing
Windows capabilities.
Yeah,
it's not anything. And so this is partly, and not to hate on Simple Wall. Apparently their developer is not the nicest one, but
I don't know. Haven't talked to me.
Haven't talked to me either.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, this was one of the comments that people said. Like,
that's what other people gossip about.
Exactly. They like Portmaster because they like us, and they don't like Simple Wall because they don't like him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't know. But if you're in the Vienna area, let me know. I invite you to a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Not
definitely.
sure if this makes us a nice paper, but I'm meeting the Manjaro guy tomorrow for coffee. So who knows?
Querix asked if there's a second chat. And maybe we should mention that at the start of every live stream.
Oh, that's true.
That our main community lives on Discord. We have a Discord, which is discord.gg/.
The link is right below.
Yeah,
the link to the channel where Gavin is chatting with us is right below. It is mainly Gavin. I feel like
today it's mainly Gavin.
Yeah.
Normally we have more people.
That is true, and he's super excited because he missed the last live stream because he was not awake. Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was very prepared for that one for today's live stream.
Yeah, Gavin, come to Austria. You get free coffee here.
Exactly.
We'll invite you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Austria has a very nice coffee culture. So coffee is very common here. Of course, it's not originally Austrian. I like to joke about because two very often things today are coffee and something we call the Kipfel. And the Kipfel is kind of this like moon-shaped bakery. A bakery? No, it's called.
Yeah, it's a bakery stuff.
Okay,
yeah, whatever.
okay.
Yeah.
And of course, it wasn't originally Austrian, but actually the Turks brought it here when they went to attack Europe, and they kind of tried to take, I think it was Vienna mostly.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. So whenever Austrians like drink their coffee in the morning and eat their Kipfel, we celebrate our victory over the Turks.
We do.
That's at least my interpretation of things. But nevertheless, the historic correct part is that that's where like our culture got the coffee and the Kipfel from, and since then we have a very very nice coffee culture, a big coffee culture. So they're like coffee houses, like traditional ones, not just like a Starbucks, but like really nice ones, like everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah,
We like
maybe
coffee.
maybe like the difference to the Italians drink coffee and go. We sit down for coffee, and if you don't get a glass of water with your coffee, something is wrong with that coffee place, and you should leave.
Yeah.
Immediately.
So normally, like you stay really long, like you just enjoy it, like sitting there,
yeah, and
talking
it's
to people.
coffee. It's a little bit. It's either a cookie or a bakery, and it's a glass of water. If one of those things is missing, you're not in a real coffee shop.
And we have really super weird names for all the types of coffee we have.
That's true.
So
We don't need to get into that more.
We're not going into that because that's not going to be so fun for everyone.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Quarix, did you read that one? Quarix apparently said we're more handsome than that guy. Thank you, I guess. And also definitely. Okay, not sure where the YouTube chat has went to. Gavin, we're not shipping coffee, but if you're ever in the Vienna area for like people on the turnover, like with a flight, we actually I frequently meet people like from all over the world who have been introduced to Portmaster, and people from Asia, people from the rest of Europe, no one from the US yet, who came to Austria and met me. Like, yeah, we have friends in the States, but other than that, not yet. But if you're from the States and want to come grab some Austrian coffee, let us know.
Yeah, also shipping coffee would work as well because from what I've heard, it's not very common in the US to have coffee machines that grind the coffee too. It's mostly you buy like the coffee already grinded, so powder. But like some people do that here, but normally everyone has a machine that grinds it fresh, and that makes it so much better.
Quarix has a great idea. We should start a coffee house that only accepts crypto or something.
Well, that how do you say it? We'll do that after the browser.
XMR coffee.
XMR coffee, right?
Great. Okay. Well then, it's almost the hour up. Lovely that we chatted about different stuff at the end. I feel like that this was not planned, but it worked out well.
It was fun, yeah. So we didn't get a lot of response to our question.
No, and it does not need to be live. I wanted to,
especially. But I just wanted to bring it up again.
Yes.
Be like, that was
serious.
The topic of today, officially, at least.
Yeah.
So we'd really love to know what is the thing you want next in Portmaster. Tell us. We need to know, else we'll just do random shit.
But definitely not the browser. Yeah, that is so true. Otherwise, we're just like looking at the coffee stains at the bottom of our mug at the end of the day and are like, well, this looks like import-export, which is coming anyway. Okay. Yeah. Let us know. Send us emails if you're not comfortable writing it in public. As always, we understand completely and we respect that. Let us know on the Discord. Let us know in the YouTube comments. All is well. We're looking at everything in those areas. Yeah, and I feel like that's it. Thank you for joining me a little bit late, but nonetheless, you're looking like you're doing good. Doing well. Thank you all for being here as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and the initial. So you were talking about Portmaster, yeah, and the other thing, of course, let us know about the merch. What you would be interested in. What colors. There will be more info on the Discord. So for those who are on YouTube and did not know that there's a Discord as well, the link is below. Yeah, have a good one.
So yeah.